training camp's coming up in a couple of weeks. Everybody knows the Nick Farabaugh thoughts, the film breakdowns. We need them all. What are you looking forward to most as we sit on the sidelines, sweat our butts off come July 27th?
Yeah, man, I'm going to be real with you. I think the thing I'm looking forward the most, a lot of people will say the quarterback situation, which is obviously something, but I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
seeing what these receivers do, man. Like I really like this receiver room in terms of the players that are there. I think Chase Claypool in the slot's going to be a lot of fun to watch and see what he can do there. Deontay Johnson's always fun as usual. He is who he is. You know what you get out of him, but the young guys, you look at Calvin Austin, George Pickens. These are two guys that I think are really fun. And they were good at minicamp, and you liked what you saw out of them. And the depth of this room too is good. Gunnar Olszewski had a really good minicamp. He was the star of minicamp essentially. And then they even have guys like Steven Sims and Anthony Miller that are vets that still maybe have that untapped upside. And the pass catchers of this team are just really solid. Najee Harris is in that equation. Then you get all the tight ends in there too. You have Freiermuth, Gentry, Connor Hayward, Kevin Rader. The tight end room seems like it's insane right now if you considered where this tight end room was 2 years ago. It feels like they're going to have a tough cut there. So I'm looking at these receivers, though, specifically, George Pickens, especially, very excited to see what he can do. I want to see what these guys could come out and do. Another guy I'm always excited to see, Larry Ogon Jobe. We'll see how healthy he is, obviously coming off foot surgery, but that guy I think is a really dynamic talent to add.
Let me ask, what do you think Ogon Jobe's impact is on this team? Chris Wormley provided a role last season. I personally don't believe that he's a guy that should be playing 70 snaps a game. What kind of value does Ogon Jobe bring to Pittsburgh if he's healthy?
Man, if he's healthy, you got a really good starting 5-tech that can work in 3. I think he's the second starter in the sub packages beside Cam Hayward if he's fully healthy. I really think that's this type of guy. You get a high upside pass rusher in this guy that has sledgehammers for hands. I mean, really, he comes in and he just wallops these linemen. And so, him and Cam Hayward could be a great duo at the double 3-techs or wherever they're playing in their sub packages. And then you have that starting line of him, Alu, and Hayward. So you really like that. He's a starter level guy if he is healthy. This is a very high upside pass rusher. That is a good plus run defender too. Ogon Jobe was really good last year with the Bengals, has been good, has gotten better every single year. And so I would be really excited as long as that foot injury, which is a serious injury. He had a Liz Frank injury. Those are not good injuries to have. I don't care who you are. But as long as he returns to who he was before this injury, I think the Steelers have themselves a really, really good player.
Yep, I agree. I'm looking very forward to what he could bring to the field. One more question before I let you go here. CB1 has been brought up quite a bit amongst Steelers fans, as we know. You saw a little bit of the cornerbacks in minicamp. Obviously, helmets and shorts only bring you so much. Do you think Cam Sutton, Levi Wallace, and Ahkello Witherspoon bring enough to the Pittsburgh Steelers secondary that you feel comfortable with it at this point?
Yeah, I think that's an interesting question because I think what it really comes down to is, can they play man coverage at a high level? And Levi Wallace has proven he can do that. Ahkello Witherspoon did that really well last year when he was playing. Sutton's probably more comfortable in the slot from that regard. It's a solid yet unspectacular room. You don't have a guy that you go to in that room that's going to shut down Jamar Chase. You just don't have that guy, and Jamar Chase is on your schedule, and that's going to be a tough matchup. And so you look at that, and you're a little concerned, right? You don't have a corner one, so you don't have a Jair Alexander, a Jalen Ramsey, an AJ Terrell, a Marshawn Lattimore, even a Patrick Surtain, like someone like that. You don't have a guy like that. You have like 3 CB2s, and that's cool. It's bad. It's not bad, but you look at it and you say, man, there's a possibility for this to get torched a little bit. And so I would have liked to have seen them add just one other guy to this room, whether that's, just for depth purposes, because if one of these guys gets hurt, it's James Pierre in there. And then Pierre wasn't great last year, or it's Justin Lane, and Justin Lane wasn't great last year. So this is one area I wish they would add to. Obviously you're not going to find a CB1 out in the market right now, but look for a depth guy, right? There are a few depth players out here on the market right now. There's enough corner talent to where you can maybe get, say, a CB4 or a CB3 that can come in, say, if someone got hurt. So that would be my big concern here. They're going to be a solid unit. I don't think they're going to be a great unit, but I think they can be a top half of the league corner.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the biggest thing here, and just thinking as I believe the Steelers have, I think they're banking on Akello Witherspoon to be a true star on the outside. I think they want him to take a step from what he did the last 6 games last season. If he does, I think they'll be fine. Like, I think Akello Witherspoon has all the physical attributes to keep up with the top wide receivers in the league. You know, physical attributes and actually putting that talent to the field is 2 totally different things. But I think that he is the guy they're banking on to really, solidify that group. And I agree with you. I think having 3 CB2s is solid. For what you could have done this offseason, could have made a big move, made a bunch of really small, I think, impactful moves all the way around. I'm a big fan of it. All right, Nick, I appreciate you for jumping on here. As always, everybody make sure to like this video. Follow Nick on Twitter. He's got 2 Twitter accounts. So if you like the Pitt stuff, you follow one. You like the Steelers stuff, you follow the other. Check out all his work at Pittsburgh Sports Now and the Locked On Pitt podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/allsteelerstalk, and we'll see you soon.